completed. Before I start rolling, a quick information. Here's to apologize for the late startup, a few glitches with the technicals this morning. But we're getting on right now, and we're just going to run through the event as quickly as possible. To everyone who is here this morning, from the press, our partners, our friends, we want to say thank you very much for making it down here this Saturday morning. All right, so welcome everybody, and this is Farmcrowdy's 4th year anniversary. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What started as a vision in the mind of a tech entrepreneur about 4 years ago has today become a global phenomenon around raising livelihoods, empowering people along the food value chain, and securing food security for Nigeria as we see it. 4 years ago, this vision started, and we're so happy today it has transformed into something bigger than what we can contain alone here in Nigeria. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And we couldn't have done this by ourselves. I like to pick from that Zulu phrase that says Ubuntu. I am because you are. We have become what we have today because of the support we've gotten from everyone here present today. One more time, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you very much. All right, without further ado, I won't take so much of your time. I'm going to bring up the stage at this time the visionaire, the one who had the sleepless nights before calling his co-founders together. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome the visionaire for this great vision, Onyeka Akuma.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'm excited to be here. I really appreciate everyone that has decided to join us.
Go ahead. I'm going to mic you. Just go ahead.
Okay. So I'm excited to have everyone here. My name is Onyeka Akuma. It's a Saturday morning, and you took out time to join us at this session. We really appreciate you for that. I know that you could have been somewhere else, but you decided to come and honor our invitation. To the members of the press, I appreciate you for coming. Thank you for coming out here. To my colleagues, to my fellow Farmcrowdites, I see you all over there. You can make some noise. We are usually not this quiet. To the members of the press, you can please appreciate yourselves for coming in. And also to our guests, thank you also for coming in. Please, let's appreciate them. It's been an amazing journey for us in the last 4 years. It's our 4th year anniversary, and we're truly excited about it. We said we wanted you people to join us at this session because we wanted to show you how much and how far we've come. In 2016, precisely, November, this day in 2016, we launched Farmcrowdy. But before that, we noticed that there was a major problem with small-scale farmers in Nigeria. Mind you, there are about 38 million of them, 38 million small-scale farmers scattered across the country. And 6 of us at that time came together and said, how do you help these small-scale farmers get access to funding, get technical knowledge, get the expertise they need for them to sell their farm produce in order to make a decent margin? We also noticed that out of these farmers, 90% of them were struggling with how they get their farm produce to the market. These farmers are responsible for what we eat on a daily basis, but we had huge losses because of access to market, because of getting their farm produce to the market. The bigger problem was food security. Where you're having such wastage, you're going to get to a place where food security becomes a major issue. Nigeria is projected to reach 400 million people in 2050. That is 2 times our current population. 400 million people means that 200 million people will be added. And let me tell you, 2050 is 30 years from now. By God's grace, we'll all be alive to see that. What then happens when you have 200 million more people and we're struggling with food security as a major problem for us today. That was what led 6 of us in 2016 to launch Nigeria's biggest crowdfunding platform focused on agriculture. We launched Farmcrowdy in 2016 on this day, and we're truly excited about that. Now, what has happened for us within this period, in our first year of going live, was that our operations focused on how we would raise monies for farmers. And we said to ourselves that we would just tell the public to invest in us, and then we'll get the monies. But unfortunately, we didn't envisage some of the issues we're going to be dealing with. Issues like, within the first 3 months of starting our business, we went about investing in a poultry farmer. She was raising 500 birds. That was our first farm. It took us 6 weeks to raise ₦500,000 on our platform in order to get that farmer to go to work. She lost over 60% of all the poultry birds that came out from that farm. This was a major disaster. We couldn't even tell her. We had to find ways of paying her. It was a major learning point. Why did we lose those birds? We thought 2 things. We had 3 main things that were wrong. One, we thought that for you to raise chickens, taking our layman knowledge, you need to get 4 kg birds in order to sell and make huge profit. Meanwhile, the likes of Mr. Biggs and Tantalizers want 1.5 kg. And so we told this man, raise these birds to 4 kg. Second was that we moved the birds from Ibadan to Lagos, and the truck broke down on the expressway. That was where we had the major wastage. That taught us a lot around being close to the market, but in addition, how we took insurance a lot more seriously. Eventually, one of our co-founders, where 6 were started, left in the third month, and he was a major person we were depending on from the agricultural side to give us expertise to grow. It was a huge disaster for us. We're just 3 months old. And then what happened for us was that we saw ourselves in a place where every one of us had to struggle to find how we put feet on the ground to make this work. We went through investors, and investors did not take us seriously to invest in us. In fact, one of them said to me, Onyeka, you have been involved in e-commerce, in Wakana, in Jumia, in Konga. You recently launched Travel Better. What are you doing on the farm? One of the investors told us, he said, you guys should go and think of an idea that will take you back to e-commerce, and then I'll invest in you, not in agriculture. It was a huge disaster. We couldn't even raise money. Well, we put feet on the ground, and we started pushing on and pushing on. We became 5 of us from 6 of us when we started in our third month, and we kept on pushing. What then happened for us was that it started gaining some traction. From struggling to raise ₦500,000 in 6 weeks, we found ourselves raising over 40 million naira in 5 minutes on our platform by June of that year. We're able to now raise over 3,000 birds. And we worked with 3,000 farmers. We were able to raise over 120,000 birds within that first year. We found ourselves in a place where international investors started paying attention to Farmcrowdy. And then what happened was we got into the Texas Atlanta program in that first year. And then we raised $1 million to continue to scale our operation. $1 million into Farmcrowdy as a business to scale our operations. It was an exciting year to end, having started on that very deep side of the core. And then in ending, we said, hey, maybe we should get involved in more core production activities. And so we said, let us get back and then start becoming farmers truly ourselves. We went into the second year, and then we cultivated 5,000 acres of maize farm in our second year in Kaduna. Let me explain for those that don't understand. 1 acre is 6 plots of land. So 5,000 acres is 30,000 plots of land. That was the size of the maize farm we embarked on in our second year in Kaduna. Second was, we also did 1,250 acres of cassava. We also did 2,000 acres of rice in Kwara, 1,250 acres of cassava in Akwa Ibom. We did about 1.2 million chickens in that second year. We found ourselves reducing our mortality rate for our birds from 60% to 4.4% in our second year. This gathered a lot of attention from people, including the federal government of Nigeria. In fact, we got to a place where the vice president sent us a 24 hours notice that he was going to visit our office. And he said, wow. It shocked us when the SSS guys came in and they started scrutinizing everywhere. We thought, okay, this is really going to happen. And then he actually visited our office. He didn't just visit, he spent 45 minutes with us and then went on to also sponsor farms. Let me show you a clip of what happened the day the vice president visited Farmcrowdy. Sound. You shouldn't be here.
I'm communicating with him up there as well. He's coming.
You should restart the video. You should restart the video. You should restart. You should be talking, not chatting. You should restart the video. He's not getting it, obviously. Video is already finishing. You should restart the video. Has he responded to you? Typing what? You can't restart it. And then where's the volume? The laptop, did he increase his volume? So why hasn't he restarted it if he has read it? I don't care who has it. Why are you watching this on live stream? Where's Can you imagine? He's telling Tony to restart it and he's not starting the video. Huh? What about the volume? What about the volume? What about the volume? Can Jide go back upstairs and sort out volume until he's done? He shouldn't come back here for his session. I'm going back up. I'm going up. Obiora is not doing his work. Several places you could have clapped. I gave him signal. The guy was just looking at my face. months later, what happened was Buhari asked us to come to Aso Rock, and he wanted to have a chat with us. And then he ended up conferring on Farmcrowdy the National Merit Award for its impact on farmers using technology. I went over there with my founders, and we were able to receive that in Aso Rock. So we were quite excited. We got a lot of publicity at that time. Now, while this was happening, there was a lot of media attention. There was a lot of push from everywhere. We were getting a lot of vibe. And then we looked back at our margins and we said to ourselves, come, we're not making so much on just core production. There's an opportunity to make money also on trading. And so we said to ourselves, let us go back into year 2 and find ways to get higher on the value chain, especially on trading. So we started year 2 with trading commodities. First, we raised $1 million again, in addition to expand our operations. Thank you. We raised that, and then we went on to start trading in ginger commodity. That was the first commodity we started trading with. We went on to get a license. We didn't know at that time that there were only 2 companies in West Africa that had that license to trade organic ginger out of Nigeria. We started with 6,000 bags of ginger that we traded to the UAE in that period. We also got involved in trading also in beef commodities. Before I even speak more on the beef side, we started expanding more on our production side. We also got some traction there. We got up to 3 million birds at some point produced through our platform. Then we got back into beef and started doing more on the beef side. We found ourselves in a place where we're slaughtering about 40 bulls per day. We got to that height of slaughtering 40 bulls per day. And then getting these bulls in processed and then supplied into major eateries and outlets across the country. And we focused majorly in Lagos. So I'm sure if you had gone to if you pick one of the first 3 eateries you find in Lagos, the first 3 biggest eateries, 1 over 3 chance is that you'll be eating meat coming from the Farmcrowdy farm. We went on to, while processing beef, said, hey, let us now get deeper in the value chain. And then what that led us to was we then acquired Best Foods. And in acquiring Best Foods, that allowed us to then get deeper in the beef production side of our business. And we said, if you're moving from 40 to 120 bulls per day, especially with the acquisition of Best Foods. Best Foods is actually maybe one of the largest beef processing facilities in Lagos. If you're moving from 40 to 120 bulls per day, that would essentially allow us to now supply a large chunk of beef to Lagos. But hey, 6,000 bulls are slaughtered every day in Lagos. So even if you do 120, you're just still a drop in the ocean. So it told us that there was so much market for us to still expand into. And we're humble in our strides and just pushing on. Now, while doing that, our crowdfunding side of our business kept on growing. And then we got more demand for crowdfunding beyond agriculture. That led us to creating a platform called Crowdyvest. Initially, it was a platform, but that became a company of its own. Crowdyvest then became our function where our investment and savings side of our business was focused on. And then Farmcrowdy stopped pretty much crowdfunding in August 2019 to allow Crowdyvest to now focus on the crowdfunding side of the business. So Crowdyvest had its own team, it had its own business, it had its own managing director. One of the co-founders, Tokwe, went on to become the managing director of Crowdyvest and then started focusing on that. Then we started asking ourselves, okay, if we're going to have Crowdyvest and you're going to have Crowdy, we need a holding business to hold this business. So we created a holding company called Emphato Holdings. It used to be called Crowdyvest, confusion between it and Crowdyvest. So we changed the name to Emphato Holdings. Emphato Holdings then had within its portfolio Crowdyvest, which I've explained as the investment and savings platform. Then Plenty Waka, which became our trans-tech platform that we launched, and one of my partners are also here. John is here. And then we said, what then will Farmcrowdy do? Because everybody was paying attention to Farmcrowdy as a crowdfunding platform. But what else will it do now that it's no longer crowdfunding? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to welcome you to Farmcrowdy 3.0 on our 4th year anniversary. Farmcrowdy 3.0 has 6 businesses under it, and I'm going
when going on a road trip, you had to move around with a paper map, or you had to stop several times to ask different people along the way if you're on the right track. Now, thankfully, today, in this day and age, we have GPS technology, which makes it really easy to move around because of the data available to us. Similarly, there was a time farmers used to make uninformed decisions regarding their crops and their farming cycles. Now, this actually affected food production negatively, with issues around lack of reliable weather data, access to market, ability to measure expected yields. All these and much more have affected the way that agricultural food value chain works. Now, we have been able to build tools and platforms to solve some of these issues. My name is Christopher Abiodun, co-founder and chief technology officer for Farmcrowdy Anniversary. Allow me to introduce to you Farmcrowdy Tech and Data. Now, we have been able to build tools and platforms to support the agri-business value chain with the collaboration of about 20 fantastic team members comprising user interface designers, user experience designers, web developers, mobile developers, and data analysts. Now, the tools and platforms we have been able to create provides data analysis, which helps improve farmer decisions and outcomes across the agribusiness value chain. Market yield predictions, which helps predict future consumer behavior to enable farmers to identify yield and profit opportunities. Then market research points. This is carried out through surveys, focus groups, and interviews to determine customer needs and preferences. Now, some of the products we have built over time are TFS app, which is also called a technical field specialist app. Now, this app is used to monitor farming projects. We also have the input disbursement app. This app is used to disburse inputs to farmers. Another app we have is the farmers app, which the farmers use. They use this app to monitor what happens on their farm, and it gives them access to their mobile wallets because they have mobile wallets with us. Then we have the Farmcrowdy Trader platform, which provides market access both locally and internationally. Now, for this one, the business unit leader will come up very soon to do a demo, and you will see how it works and introduce you to it. Now, we also built the Farmcrowdy Foods e-commerce platform, which provides business to customer support in buying and selling goods. Now, the business leader for this platform will also come up to do the demo for you. We've also been able to build an app called Happy Insurance. Now, this is used to extend insurance packages to members of the agribusiness value chain. Farmcrowdy is committed to impacting the lives of farmers to boost production. Now, Farmcrowdy Tech and Data makes this possible by providing the necessary tools and platforms, as well as several other products. Now, allow me to introduce to you or welcome you Oluwa Kutomi Ojo, who is Farmcrowdy's CFO, to tell us more about Farmcrowdy Tech Finance. Thank you, Christopher. You are all welcome to this presentation. If you want to take a personal loan, you'll be asked different questions. There will be different criteria. What is your credit history? Do you have a stable source of income? How does funds flow to your account? Age is also a factor that will be looked into. At the maturity of the loan, you must not be more than 55 years old. These are some of the factors that will be considered when you are getting a loan or facility. How do you think a farmer will be able to meet up with this criteria? Think about it. It's going to be pretty difficult for the farmer to check all these boxes that were mentioned. And 50% of the Nigerian population are farmers who are on the farms, tilling the crops and tilling the land to get produce. 90% of them do not have access to financial facilities, to loan or facilities, because of the difficulty, because of the criteria that are involved in getting a loan facility. We have identified major challenges. We have identified major challenges that affect or that impact farmers. Because the farmers are trying to increase productivity, there's a challenge of productivity, but to get the loan to increase productivity has been a challenge. And we have identified three major problems. Number one is identifying those facilities. And those who know where those facilities are or those programs are, they do not know how to access them. Because they just hear about them in the air. They are providing this facility to they are providing this scheme, that scheme, AFJP, but they don't know how to access these facilities. And these are some of the challenges of the farmer. Being able to access loan or being able to access facilities. The second problem is financial inclusion. Many of the farmers are financially excluded. They do not have access to finance. 28.5% of the Nigerian population do not have a formal financial relationship with a bank or financial institutions. So what happens to the remaining 38.5%, which also includes the farmers? Those are the challenges that the farmers are facing. The third major challenge is that they get access to loans, but those loans are double-digit loans. They are high-interest loans. And the high-interest loans, they impact the cost of production. Hence, we have production losses. Production losses in terms of pricing as against cost of production as against what is available in the market because of cost of production. Or, on the other hand, there can be inflation. So those are the challenges that the farmers face. And because of this, Farmcrowdy has created a business solution which I am excited about, which makes us elated. I am Oluwatomi. I am the business leader for Farmcrowdy Structured Finance. Let me introduce you to Farmcrowdy Structured Finance, or what we call FC Structured Finance. Farmcrowdy Structured Finance is basically focused on helping participants in the agricultural food chain and also smallholder farmers to access facilities, to access loans, to be able to increase productivity. It helps all the participants, to be able to access capital. That is basically what Farmcrowdy Structured Finance, or what I call FC Structured Finance, was carved out to one of the 6 verticals, or one of the 6 pillars of the Farmcrowdy 3.0. These are some of the things what Farmcrowdy Structured Finance will be giving. Number one, Farmcrowdy Structured Finance will provide affordable interest to farmers. Will make interest available. Those schemes that suit farmers will make those those facilities available. We also create avenue for them to get their crops to the farm, to the market, and they can sell at a very good price. So good pricing of their products is one of those things that we do. Crop inputs and livestock inputs is also made available at an affordable price. Through various schemes, we have the CBN Aquabola scheme, we have the Agri for Job plan, which is powered by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and PACE. We have the Agro-Cooperative scheme by NASA, and different schemes that have been made available to us, to the farmers. And those are some of the pillars, or those are some of the verticals of Farmcrowdy Structured Finance. The last one, the last point, which is also very important, is equipment financing. We provide equipment financing and third-party collaboration. Third-party collaboration, how? If you are not a player in the agribusiness space and you want to come in, we can create structures for you whereby you can invest your funds into the agricultural food chain from production to aggregation, and you can get good benefits from it. You have your funds and you want to be a direct player in the agricultural chain. So that's the essence of the third party collaboration. And Farmcrowdy Structured Finance is able to, because of our traction and because of our participation with various schemes,
with development finance organizations, with CBN, and even through our crowdfunding platform, has been able to provide solutions to farmers. Number one, we'll be able to give them access to loans. We identify loans that are suitable for farmers. For wet season, for dry season, we determine their geocoordinates as I reach out to the farmers through our agents and make sure that they have access to loans. So that is one of those points. That's one of the solutions that we have been able to provide. Number two is we are able to financially include them. We are able to make them have access to financial institutions. We have been able to collaborate with CBN, we are able to collaborate with SANEF and all the various participants in terms of BVL registration and all, and with our participating financial institutions, which are the banks, to make sure that we're able to impact farmers all around the states of the country at various locations. We have been able to raise 5.7 billion to be able to finance 25,000 farmers across the nation. And we have also cultivated about, thank you. And we have also been able to cultivate about 17,000 acres of land and still counting. So those are some of the things that we've been able to accomplish. So Farmcrowdy structured finance is to help and to boost productivity in the agricultural space, to provide capital, to enhance production of food. We are talking about food scarcity and all that. Food inflation is about 6.6% as we speak. But if there's production, then there will be food. And the prices will crash. So these are the essence of Farmcrowdy structured finance. Because when there is money, then we can produce. As I begin to wrap up, as farmers produce, there is also importance for the safety of those produce. Those produce have to be secured. And that is why I'll be introducing you to the next product, which is Farmcrowdy Insurance. Because as you produce it is important that you secure those produce. Let me introduce you to our co-founder and the business leader or our chief risk officer, which is Aggregating, to talk about SE Insurance. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Lulu. I need everyone's attention, right? Could you please say hello to your neighbor by E? Just raise your, let's say high five, but don't touch, please. Thank you so much. Thank you for making today. So can I ask, does any one of us have any form of insurance? Whether crop, car, okay? Can you signify by showing your hands? Any form of insurance at all? Great stuff, okay. Good number of us. What if I told you you're only 1.9% of the number of adults in Nigeria that have some form of insurance coverage or the other? Surprising, right? Out of the 28.5% of adults that have engaged a formal financial institution whatsoever, you'll be surprised. Only 1.9% of them have some form of insurance coverage or the other. Now, guess what? Let's put it in perspective, right? We have about 206 million people in Nigeria, and over 50% of these people are adults. Guess what? Only 3.9 million of them have some form of insurance or the other. And I'm sure you're not surprised that farmers form a huge part of these people. Our farmers have more or less no access to insurance, right? And this has affected the production and the availability of food in our nation. And they don't have this access because a lot of our underwriters have not created products that are able to address the needs of smallholder farmers. And that's why we critically looked at it at Farmcrowdy to see how can we solve this problem, how can we curb it. And we focused on these things, and we realized two things are important to smallholder farmers. One, they need a digital platform where within 2 minutes they were able to purchase the perfect insurance cover for whatever they produce or whatever they're engaged in. Secondly, they need products that are flexible and affordable. That can go as low as 100 naira per month if you just need a cover. And that's what we've done. So let me introduce you to Farmcrowdy Insurance. My name is Aggregating, and I'm the business leader for Farmcrowdy Insurance. Thank you. Farmcrowdy Insurance is essentially the link, and it introduces insurance products to farmers and other food value chain participants. So it's not limited to only farmers, but everyone that has something to do along the food value chain. We're essentially just the link between the farmers and these participants, and the underwriters on one side and the brokers. Our current underwriters have created products that are well suited to the food value chain participants. One, they've ensured that these products are affordable with a lot of flexibility, so you can afford to pay for just a month or an annual cover. Secondly, they made the process very seamless. You can actually buy an insurance policy, whether through a DSS code, a mobile app, or through the internet. And that's because they've well understood the pain points of those in the food value chain. So I'll talk about a few products that our underwriters have made available. One is the life insurance. This particular policy allows a named beneficiary of a policy holder access to some form of compensation at the demise of the policy holder. Secondly is the hospital care cover. This allowed a policy holder, if for whatever reason has been hospitalized, access or compensation to a fixed amount or predetermined amount based on the hospital bills it's paid. And that's because we understand the importance of the health status of all our farmers or anyone along the food value chain. Another insurance product is the property protection. This allows a policyholder access to be compensated if his property is exposed to events like flood or fire or any other pre-agreed events. The last but not the least, and most interesting for me anyway, is the crop insurance, which allows a policyholder compensation for activities or events that have happened to his farm, whether in terms of extreme weather conditions or attacked by wild animals. To put it all together, Farmcrowdy Insurance only exists to introduce these products that are well suited to the farmers and food value chain participants. So while Farmcrowdy Insurance focuses and caters to the problems or tries to solve the problems of insurance in the agricultural food value chain, we also have a sister product that focuses on solving and catering to the marketing problems of those in the food value chain. I'll be introducing a friend over a decade. Most people don't know. He loves cooking back in the university and is the business lead for Farmcrowdy Marketing. Babajide Aroyewo. Thank you.
Okay, good morning everyone. Good morning everyone. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? Alright, so this is the interesting part of Farmcrowdy. This is Farmcrowdy Marketing. My name is Babajide Aroyewo. Okay? Alright, so yeah, we're 4 years now. And over the years, we've gotten reasons for people to ask what exactly makes us tick. And part of the reason why I choose to mention that FC marketing, as we call it here, is the most interesting part of it, is because we get to interact with customers, we get to interact with farmers, we get to get feedback, right? And major part of this feedback that we get is what exactly is Farmcrowdy doing that makes it tick? What exactly are those things that we put in place? What has it done so far? What stands out amongst competitors? And if you ask me, I would say that it's because of the marketing efforts, right? If you go all out there and try to compare with even the competitors, you will see that we do a lot of marketing efforts. And this is part of the reasons why Farmcrowdy as a whole is doing really well. We're strong in content, we're strong in creatives, right? So yeah, so these are kind of the things that we get to do in FC marketing, and for everyone who wants to come on board, we usually ask them what exactly would you want to do, what is your end game. for everyone who asked or everyone who has been communicated with us, one of the things they would like to know is how to get their produce or how to get their businesses or services to the target market, right? And this is where we play very strong fold. There are instances where people ask that, yes, we're heavy in plantation, how do we get our goods to get more value for money? What exactly are those things that we need to do? What exactly do we need to get started on? And this is where we play heavy on, right? For a bunch of plantain that goes for 500 for the farmers, they'll probably get the profit of about 200 but whereas there are so many very intuitive ways by which you can go about the kind of produce that you make. And because of that, we decided to split the kind of things that we're doing into tenets. We have the digital, we have data, strategy, e-commerce, analysis, display banners, right? And these are the kind of things that we have been set out to do during this new phase of Farmcrowdy, being able to help those who are heavily involved in agriculture to push their product to the next level, right? Where exactly what exactly do they need to do? How exactly do we start thinking about expansion? What exactly do we need to do? Where do we need to go to? And you'll see a lot of these people who are playing heavy, especially when you go to like supermarkets, for instance. When you walk to some certain areas of agri-products, you see them probably still in a very fantastic way, to say the least. Right. So these are the kind of things that we can always advise. These are the kind of things we can always advise people to do. For you who is probably invested in corn, for instance, now, or you who is processing juice, for instance, and what exactly are those things that you would need to do to expand your business? And these are the whole tenets, and which is the reason why we decided to go with an integrated system, a 360-degree integrated system of marketing. So think of it like the big brands of advertising, like what exactly would these guys do? And the advantage for us is because we have a pedigree. We already have a track record of the things that we've done for ourselves, and these are the things that we can always sell across to you. Okay? And one of the strong products I would like to share with you all is sort of like a Maryland for agri enthusiasts, which we call AgriSquare. AgriSquare is a community of over 25,000 active users. So think of it like your Maryland, just like I said, any topics you're really interested in, you can just simply go in there and you see people who would engage with you. We've had situations where professors, we've had situations where even scholars make use of the content that they see here and use them as references for their theses or for their research. And the beauty about it is because of the fact that it's widespread, right? Someone who is in a farm can log into a request, and someone who is probably here in Lagos can easily send him a reply, similar to what is obtainable with on Ireland, for instance, or typically any kind of blog. Okay, so yeah, so that's what we have, about 25,000 plus active users and growing by the minute. Okay, so I would like to make just this quick inference that AgriSquare is also considering expansion into several other countries. We have in the Caribbean, we have in Kenya, we have in Rwanda. And these are like the future projections because we would like to replicate the same business structure, we would like to replicate the same experience that people are having here towards all these areas because they have shown great potential. And this is something we would like to take out there, which is why we say close to the law. Okay, so I would like to finish up on this note. I'm aware that there are some members of press here. Yes, I'm aware that some members of press here, I think the channels and the AIT, I think. There was some particular incident that happened last month or 2 months ago. I don't know, do we have any representative of channels? Channels. Okay, sorry, I'm calling you out. So there's a particular guy that went kind of viral last month and said his mother sells corn, his mother sells granola by the roadside. Okay, maybe you didn't get it. But basically, this is what we're trying to set out to do something very interesting so that you don't have to go that extreme, right? And just like I said, when you walk into any supermarket, these are the kind of farm products that you can, that people usually do. But beyond that, what exactly can I do more? What exactly did real fruit do that blew it out of proportion? Or what exactly would any other business that is equal 100% to agriculture needs to do? Which is why we've been set up to do this kind of thing. To wrap it up, I would like to encourage anyone who is interested to just simply follow the link, bit.ly/FCNKTING. All right, please I'll just take a minute in case you want to click that URL. We are very much interested to listen to anyone who has questions or who would like to get involved or who is interested to know what to do to push this business to the next level. Our numbers are really always available. Okay? All right. To this end, I would like to introduce back Mr. Shola Olawale Oyawale to help us out. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. For these business leaders who have spoken so far, please help give them a round of applause again. If you had given us the whole day, we would have had more things to show and more things to talk about. Here at Farmcrowdy, we love or we favor gender equality over time. I'm sure you know we have one female co-founder as well, Tokwe, who used to deal with all of our farmers in the past until we felt, hey, she had to move on to something else within the group. We've got two businesses being led by two amazing women. They're going to come up one after the other once I take my leave from here. But I'd like to introduce a quick video for one of them, which relates to our business directly. Onyeka in his introduction mentioned we're heavily involved in trading. Trading is not rocket science. I mean, some of our sponsors see sponsorships for trading and they wonder, okay, so how does this happen? Just the crudest form of how that market woman is being impacted in that village in Edo State, by one of our traders who is able to go in there, negotiate, get good value, and then access the market immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, the video would come right after now, and then would come up the business lead for Farmcrowdy Aggregation. Thank you very much. You can mic her down. Take it up.
Put this one in your pocket. I need that too. Put across like this, from behind.
Okay, from inside?
No, from behind. So you can take it like this.
sure you enjoyed that clip of some of our activities in the farm gate market. That's how we go about making sure that the farmers are getting their work's worth across the nation. One major problem plagues farmers and agribusinesses generally in Nigeria, and that's the problem of access to markets. I'll create a relatable scenario. How many of us have bought onion recently? Okay, so we get the picture. I can tell you for free that in some of the rural farm gate markets, you can get a bag of onions. You can still get a bag of onions for 40,000 naira. But by the time this onion gets to urban markets like Lagos, you buy it for as much as 90,000 to 100,000 naira. That's over 100% margin on it. The person who creates the value of linking these markets is called the middleman. But he exploits both players by creating huge margin losses along the chain. The middleman can go to the farmer, give him much less for his food's worth, and then he goes to the buyer and collects much more than the food worth. So it's a two-faced problem. Farmers do not have access to buyers directly, to superior buyers, while the buyers, on the other hand, don't have that hassle-free system to reach the farmers directly. And so there's a problem. If the farmer, for any reason, now says, I'm not going to sell to the middleman, or he can't even access a middleman to help him take his produce out to superior markets, what happens? He loses most of it. Post-harvest loss. Post-harvest loss plagues not just Nigeria, but many developing countries. In Nigeria, for instance, we lose up to 3.42 trillion naira to post-harvest loss annually. This is a huge problem. Farmcrowdy has identified this and has created a business unit to begin to solve this problem. My name is Obiajurulia, and I'm the business leader for Farmcrowdy Aggregating. Thank you. As a unit, we serve not just farmers, but the agricultural landscape in two major ways. We carry out large-scale production and outgrowers projects. So we're the implementers for the finances that come through our structured finance system, from our sponsors, governmental initiatives, and other developmental initiatives that come in to fund farmers. We provide the inputs that they need to expand their businesses. We ensure that these inputs are quality so that at the end of the day, their output is improved, it's increased, they can expand their businesses, and then we go ahead to link them to premium markets. How are we creating these buyer-farmer linkages, which is the second thing that we do, facilitating trade? We do it using technology. Allow me to introduce to you our flagship product called Farmcrowdy Trader. Farmcrowdy Trader is a one-stop shop where buyers and farmers can meet. So the buyers are able to come on the platform remotely, from across the world, and they're able to see farmers who have uploaded their produce. If they don't want any of what's there, they can make their own orders and have it responded to by farmers in real time. This is nothing that has been done before. The Farmcrowdy Trader platform is supported by what we call aggregation centers. You'll agree with me that even if you perform all these things online, there's that back-end support that is needed. So we have these physical centers called aggregation centers that are stationed in rural farming communities. They are equipped with digital skills, with POS machines, with handheld moisture meters to determine the moisture content of the commodities. They are also equipped with smartphones with the Farmcrowdy Trader app pre-installed. Now, how does Farmcrowdy Trader work? It is pretty simple. The farmer goes to upload his products after they have been weighed and standardized. These produce are now available globally for any buyer. The buyer also comes from his end in the web-based platform. He sees all these orders and he can buy at preferable rates because he's able to compare prices, have a better bargain, and make his buy easily and hassle-free. Since the inception of Farmcrowdy Trader, we've been able to create 101 of these aggregation centers in the farming communities. We've also been able to register 182,000 farmers on the Farmcrowdy Trader platform. And then we went ahead as we launched the product, just as a pilot, to open it up to some buyers. And we already have an aggregated demand of over 65,804 metric tons of commodities. Some of these orders are currently being met as we sit here, so our field agents are not here with us at this time. With this traction, we can see, and it is clear, that a key solution for the agricultural sector is here. The buyer and the farmer can have better margins, and our farmers can have access to expanding their business through some of our growth projects. They now have access to both capital and premium markets. I'll leave the stage now.
Farmcrowdy, you go to trader.farmcrowdy.com, and what you'll be able to see is you can see the number of commodities we have already on the platform. This is a home page, so you're able to see the different things that buyers will get. So market overview, offers, insights, inventory, campaign, and what we're going to do now is to log in to the platform so you can see exactly what happens inside the platform. So you click on login, and that you log in with your details, and you get into the dashboard. The dashboard has insights, so you don't have to be confused about the prices of commodities any longer, if you know what I mean. You see the different commodities that are available: plantain, soybean, sesame. If you click on maybe the insights, and what you would see is the prices of the commodity. So you can select whether it's maize. You see the price, You see what it was in January and what it is in October. There are different commodities listed out. This is the actual weekly price. This was as at Obi. When was this? 24 hours ago. Okay, yeah. So last month to this month. So you see last week's price. You see this week's price. You see the change. So you can see the commodities: dried split ginger, fresh ginger. Okay, these are my listings. So this is a person that wants to get these commodities. So he's listed them out to create demand. He can also specify hardness size. So if he's putting in his details for the commodity, so you can see the different things that, I mean, he can enter all the details of what he wants from the commodity to make sure that he gets the right connection with the person supplying to him or her. He has a message area, assuming somebody throws it back to him that they need, that maybe they have that commodity for him. He can type in the message and have an interaction with the person right on the platform. So for instance, I want maybe 2,000 metric tons of commodity, and then you say to yourself, oh no, I want to reduce from 2,000 metric tons to maybe 1,000 metric tons. You get that off and put 1,000 metric tons. And then you enter that detail, and what will happen is that on the other end, across the different aggregation points, the orders get to them, and they're able to now tell the farmers what buyers are looking at getting from them at that point in time. So he sends the message in, and then on the other end, they get that. So this is me putting in my order. Those are offers. I think we've had a look at offers. The next thing will be for me to be able to see maybe my transaction data. So how much have I put in the system? The number of metric tons I'm looking at taking up, the number of orders I've completed, the track record of the commodities I've bought, total amount maybe spent. We're using dollars because it's an internationalized platform, so we're able to now match with, say, in Singapore, you match with what is in Nigeria and match with what is in South Africa. You can check the different commodities. If you change any of them, say you change to maize, and from maize you change to ginger, it just tells you the price is here, oil palm. So USD for now, and the year is now. So this is your transaction and profile area. Let's go to the person's profile. User profile, you may be putting your details, you have your login details, and update your details as much as you want to. There's also a notification that tells you if you have a message there, but there's no notification for this individual, so there's nothing to show yet. So this is the Farmcrowdy Trader platform. This is our MVP. We will continue to improve on these based on the feedback we get from the farms, from the farmers. We continue to improve on it based on the feedback we get also from buyers. We continue to put in more information that cuts across the agricultural value chain, whatever it is that the buyer needs to make an informed decision about what they're buying and selling. And I'm excited that Obi is leading this. If you don't know, Obi actually was responsible for building the first agro-commodity price index in Nigeria in 2014. And so we're excited to have her in the team leading this. Yeah. Thank you very much, Obi. The next product is one where Santa Claus comes to town. Linda Obi is our business lead for Farmcrowdy Foods. When she's done, we have something exciting for everybody in the hall. So we're all getting something from Linda's team. I'm excited to call on stage our pink leader, Linda Obi, to tell us more about FC Foods. And she also tell us why this is truly exciting. So the side of our business that's going to engage a lot more customers. And so this is, Linda, you have the stage, and then tell them.
Welcome everyone. The journey of our food from farm to fork is currently riddled with unsanitary precautions, poor environment, and a lack of traceability. WHO reports that 1 in 10 persons is likely to die from diseases that can be traced to viruses like salmonella, which causes typhoid, and cholera. The traditional open market space currently dominates 85% of industry trade. This would mean that consumers and city dwellers alike would look to them for purchase of food items. Again, the unsanitary nature in which food is being transported and stored contributes largely to the spread of diseases and food wastages. To tackle this problem, Farmcrowdy has come up with a solution. My name is Linda Obi, and I am the business manager for Farmcrowdy. Farmcrowdy Foods is a digital market space for fresh food. Our aim is to ensure that consumers gain access to wholesome and high quality food at lower cost. With Farmcrowdy Foods, you get hygienic packaging and processing, digital technology, traceable sourcing, and of course, product delivery. Farmcrowdy Foods was vetted during the COVID-19 lockdown, and our goal was simple. We wanted to address the growing food scarcity and also address the way at which food is transported across Lagos State. During the COVID-19 lockdown, we are responsible for thousands of orders across Lagos State. The last 90 days have seen us distribute and complete 3,657 orders with 100% customer satisfaction. To summarize, before I call you later back or to demo the website how it works, I'll leave you with the famous sentiment of the average Nigerian, which says, everything don't cost, especially onions. Let's welcome back Yinka to demo.
Okay, we're going to demo this together because she won't be giving us the, I don't think she's giving some of the data to everyone. Well, we didn't get onions actually by the time we're done.
The onions, I heard somebody needed 3 security guards to protect baskets of onions that came out from his farm. Did you see that video? An Indian boy. You didn't get that video. Everybody here should please bring out their phones now. If you're on your laptop, you can go to Farmcrowdy Foods. Sorry, hold on guys, hold on. You can go to farmcrowdyfoods.com or you can go to foods.farmcrowdy.com, any of them. Or bring out your phone and go to the Google Play Store and download Farmcrowdy Foods app. So what we're giving you now is every person that does that right now in this hall, we're giving you at least 1,000 naira to buy something. Everybody in the hall. Just those in the hall. We want you to test it out quickly. So, sorry guys, hold on. Guys, hold on. All right, so Farmcrowdy Foods is going to let you buy food items that may have been difficult for you to get in the past to your homes. Like Linda said earlier on, it started when we had to serve ourselves internally in the company, and we saw the need to do it with other individuals. So the store looks like this. It's live. You can now shop and you get items to your homes. If you decide, you can go through. If you have the app, you would see the items like this, similar on the app. Everything you have on the website is also on the app. So let's say we want to buy, we didn't pick onions, so we will pick tomato at this time. So this is the website. There's a team behind this that Linda is leading. The Farmcrowdy Foods team, where are they? Some of them are in the building. Everyone in Farmcrowdy Foods, okay, see them at the back. Fantastic people. So let's get tomato. Scroll. Let's get tomato. So what you do is you go there, just like your typical Jumia, Konga, Amazon, you enter your details. You would have seen maybe the description of what it is you want to buy. You add it to the basket, or you can even pick as many quantity based on 1 kg. 1 kg is 819, so you can add as many as you want to your basket. If you look at that top side, you see your basket is loading. Let's come back here and pick chicken. So same thing, you get to see the pictures, you can add to the basket, you pick as many as you want. It's table cut whole chicken. Let's go back, let's pick meat. Bubu. So that gives you an idea of the size of what you're buying with the phone by the side, so you get an idea of what it is you're looking at. Let's say you're doing some serious O1 best, so you pick 2 portions of that. So let's go to our cart. Now you see all the different items that you've picked. Maybe there are a couple of things you've picked two times. You can move them. Maybe you move tomato. You go back. What have we picked twice? Chicken. Let's take 1 chicken out. And then what else again? The O1 there is not so big, so we don't need all these meats. We can take some of them out. We just want 1 of each. So, yep. 7? No. I want 1. So we'll go back and do that. But maybe you have a discount code. You can enter your code. I love food, maybe 1, or FC Foods, maybe another, or FC Black Friday, which I'll talk about. So let's get that out, but please change that to 1. Thank you. Back to 1. So you go back and then you check your area, you see everything is fine, pricing is cool, I want to pay. And so I proceed to check out. And so in clicking checkout, I click proceed to checkout. What I have here are my details, delivery location, I put all the details, like a typical e-commerce site, right? But this time around, you buy food item to your doorstep. So you pick the shipping is done, all our shipping is done within 2 working days. The terms are fine with me. And then I go to pay. So now I'm going to pay, and I have different options of how I can pay. I can pay with my card, I can pay with a bank, I can pay with transfer. You have the account details, you put that, you have some money. USSD, whatever it is, Visa, QR if you want. But let's say I just do it with my card, and then we're done with the payment. It's powered by Paystack, very huge fans, we're very huge fans of them. And then we have other platforms like PhotoWeb also available. So this gives you a sense of what Farmcrowdy Foods will be offering. You can do this with your mobile app. You can do this with a website. You don't have to go to the market any longer. You can get this to your doors. You can get this to your homes. So go out and spread the word. Now let me tell you, in addition to the 1,000 discount and 1,000 that you've gotten today, we also have discounts on the platform because our Black Friday sales starts today. And so from now till the end of the month, we're doing some Black Friday sales on some of the commodities that are available on the platform. So you don't have an excuse to go and pay more for the commodities you get on Farmcrowdy Foods. Is this exciting or not? Merry Christmas! I see the guys clapping the most. They're the ones that love food. And those that like to fast are not the ones clapping. But I love this because it was a major solution for us when the lockdown happened. People couldn't go out to get food items. This was what saved a lot of us, and we did it for ourselves, and then we noticed that there are so many other people that would need this solution as well. So we decided to then create it and make it open for other people to have. So Linda is responsible for this, an amazing person. Obi is responsible for FC Trader. Akindele is responsible for Farmcrowdy Insurance. Olu is responsible for Farmcrowdy Structured Finance. Christopher is responsible for all the tech that happens underneath it. I also want to celebrate all the other key team members, and one of them is going to come out, who is also my co-founder. Thanks a lot. Ifeanyi Anazodo, who is one of our co-founders, and he's going to be showing you, as we wrap this all up, around our growth for Farmcrowdy. What are the things that have happened? Where are we going as we wrap this all up? Ifeanyi is also called the Prince, and we're really excited. I mean, both of us had time, spending time when we're raising funds, and in a humbling experience, seeing Farmcrowdy start from the first female farmer, to 3,000 farmers, to 300,000 farmers, and now it's in a big million farmers. We don't know where to get.
I used to see one live too.
Onboarded. Farmers and value chain participants that will have access to our wonderful suite of solutions that my colleagues have presented, from structured finance to agricultural opportunities to insurance to B2C through Farmcrowdy things. So it's going to be a worldwide experience for everybody represented in the value chain. But beyond all these, the emphasis for us is on productivity and increasing the yield of farmers and people in the value chain. We'll be leveraging a lot on technology and getting mechanization to make sure we can optimize the yield and invariably increase the income of everybody that has participated. Also, within the next 1 year, we're going to be getting the Farmcrowdy solution into our other African countries like Kenya, Rwanda, Ghana, and any location or any environment that have similar challenges as we've seen in Nigeria represents an opportunity for Farmcrowdy to extend our work in. We'll also be getting into another continent of the Caribbeans with our solution. In all these, we're open for collaborations, partnerships, we're open for affiliations. As a matter of fact, we'll be launching state partnerships for agriculture within the next 3 months. With the state government in South and one in the Southwest. So within the next 3 months, look out for this project that we'll be launching. So it's been a worthwhile experience for us. We're open to partnering with more state governments, like I've mentioned. We're open to partnering with cooperative societies, export partners, or anybody who sees an opportunity with technology solutions that were built. We're open. So after this event, please reach out to any of my colleagues or myself, or you can send us an email at info@farmcrowdy.com. So I'll call on my colleague Kemi. Take it off from here. Thank you very much.
Hello, good morning, everyone. So there was a point well to write down questions, and I'll have some of my colleagues get it from you. So if you have any questions, kindly write it down.
we are not having to go through any rigorous process to be able to use the aggregation center.
Thank you very much, Obi. And looks like the ladies have a lot of questions in here. So the next one is for FC Foods. That'll be Linda. Are all the items on FC Foods platform straight from the farm, or you just buy and resell to customers?
Thank you for that question. Okay, so what happens is that Farmhouse will complete the value chain for the aggregation phase. What we do predominantly would be to get produce from the aggregation center. So to put it simple, Farmcrowdy aggregation deals in bulk, while Farmcrowdy Foods deals bulk. So most of the commodities you find, from grains to tubers, vegetables, you get from the aggregation center. However, seafood, which is a product we are very big in and we're passionate about, distributing across Lagos, we have credible partners that we identified and we get from them. That speaks to the traceability I mentioned. So to answer the question again, all our produce come from the aggregation centers, while seafoods we have partners. And of course, we are open to partnership.
Thank you very much. And we'll be going to the next question. FC Finance, that will be Olu. Does FC Structured Finance give loans to farmers who do not have collateral?
Thank you. There are various schemes that are available, and one of the schemes we will provide cover for the farmers. So that's so most of the time we provide cover for the farmer. The farm itself is the security. So we provide cover for the farmers, because we use contiguous land to have control land. So we provide collateral cover for some of the products that we have and some of the schemes that we run. Thank you.
Okay. So this is a question for FC Marketing. That would be Jide. So I have two questions for you. Do you only do business with established brands or also SMEs?
Yeah. All right, thank you. So right now we're actually working on a kind of system. We have products and services that we partner to some set of people, and it depends on which one you would like. We have the Aggregating Square, which would have like some advertisements on it, and we also have some other services which you can subscribe to. You want an e-commerce platform, or you would like us to run ads for you through our own set of customers. Earlier I already mentioned that we have and that's done to the information that we already have, which is an auto service. So yes, it depends on which you would like to subscribe to.
So the next question is, how do you market your digital platform to end users, particularly the farmers?
Very interesting question. So at the end of the day, it depends on who exactly is selling and who is being selling for. Right now, we have the digital app, and we have to the whole line going to the farm. So based on whichever like to say, or whichever information you like to pass across to these farmers, we have how we collect all this data and create those channels to present customers.
Thank you very much, Jide. So, this, I'd read this, and I think Monica would probably take this. Having understood that Farmcrowdy has expanded and there are opportunities in the agri sector, how do you extensively help whoever has money but doesn't want to farm? Then what is the least amount?
Okay, so Farmcrowdy started crowdfunding last year of August 2019, and like I said in my presentation, we launched CrowdInvest. CrowdInvest is now a company that is focused on becoming the biggest crowdfunding platform in the country. Now, CrowdInvest now raises money for whether it's agriculture, real estate, transportation, so that they also get able to do savings. So for us in Farmcrowdy, we're looking at getting into any form of finance model. We either do that in the structured finance model, so we get money from DFIs, we get money from large donor organizations, and then some part of it comes from crowdfunding if we have to go back to CrowdInvest to raise money. But if you want to just invest and you want to just save, then the place to go to is crowdinvest.com. That is now where all forms of investments happen. If you're looking at doing it in an agriculture-focused opportunity, it has to be maybe a Farmcrowdy opportunity or any other platform's opportunity that you see on CrowdInvest, but it won't happen on Farmcrowdy any longer. So you go to CrowdInvest.com. For us in Farmcrowdy, we focus on large donor organizations or the banks to plug into finance for farmers. I hope that answers that question.
Thank you very much, Onyeka. So I'd read another question. I'm not sure which of the team leads you were intending to ask this, but I'll just read it so whichever one of them gets to answer it. Despite so much invested in food production, food prices are still up. How soon should we start experiencing a drop in food price?
Okay, so food production in Nigeria, and generally, is largely rain-fed, and because of this, we have seasons, and seasonality affects prices. That's the reason for all the price variations that we see. There are times food is cheaper, there are times it's more expensive. Now, what is going to bring about this solution is more investment in the sector where there is a year-round production. And Farmcrowdy is currently working on some projects to produce in the dry season. These are some of the things that we are doing to address this seasonal price variation. Also, things like greenhouses are springing up on a daily basis. So I would say it's not magic, but I believe that we have started on the right path to addressing the price variation, and we'll give it a few years. I'm sure that with more influx of investors in that space, we will have a more balanced pricing for food for women. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Obi. Thank you. So I'll read this. I think this is one question that we've gotten recently, and people get to ask me too, so I'd leave this team lead, whichever one of them decides to answer. So the question, as a result of the pandemic, some agro funding businesses suffered loss. How was Farmcrowdy able to scale through? For a company scaling so fast, it seems $2.4 million is little. Is Farmcrowdy looking to raise more money?
Okay, so what I'm going to say about that is, before the pandemic, if the individual that asked this question was in the presentation, I already explained earlier that even before the pandemic, in August 2019, Farmcrowdy stopped crowdfunding. And so we immediately looked at how else do we get to walk beyond crowdfunding for agriculture. That led us to now creating a different business unit that I mentioned. In trading, if I will just give you an example, in trading alone, if I have $1 million today, I can trade 12 times in a year and make an average of 5 to 10% if I am actively going into the market to get commodities, use the same money and repeat the same cycle. So in forming agricultural focused business in terms of That is where most of the loss happens. Once you go off the value chain, there's more value, more money to be made. We have moved off the value chain beyond just off the money. And that has sustained us. Even across different businesses today. For instance, in Farmcrowdy, we've only had 2,900 orders in our test mode. In Farmcrowdy Insurance, we already have some solid news. I can't announce them yet. But we already have some very interesting deals that are coming from there. In financing the core production, we moved away from that. So we bring money, we only money from banks that are long-term money. So it's not money that are tied to short-term cycles that we have to pay the sponsor back in 6 months or 1 year. It's money that created enough utility for 5 years for you to repeat several cycles over. So these are things that are interesting that are happening in the last 1 year. So we need to know the pandemic was going to happen. So when the pandemic happened, we found out that it was why it was easy for us to get some of the licenses we got. So when you ask us why did we acquire our best foods, why don't we focus on building I think because we don't know that 1 over 3 of the meat you eat in maybe 3 of the largest restaurants in the world comes from farmers people, and it's not just the sponsorship doing that. It's relationship to build way before that time. Now, getting into the pandemic, another opportunity opened up. Farmcrowdy Foods. Farmcrowdy Foods opened up during the pandemic, and we started running on that. Farmcrowdy trading has already done commodities that we moved to Dubai and consumed back.
What happens after the session? I call on a single. Then if you all have to move first. You have to make sure they all move first. What time we do
So, compared to all the other crowdfunding platforms, when we launched Farmcrowdy, we were original and the vision was requested by us. And then so many others started copying. But what they copy is what you see online. What you can copy is what that happens behind. And that is what makes us different. And that is why we are careful. In having a section like this, we can only show you what we can show you. We won't show you everything. Because we don't want somebody to go and take the whole model and replicate the same thing again. We are careful to show you what we
when the government was clamoring for young people to get involved in agriculture, the question was how. And Farmcrowdy's unique approach has gotten everybody excited about agriculture, and there's renewed interest. I read blogs, articles, and you can see people make informed statements and decisions. And this as an attribute, to the awareness that digital agriculture has brought about. So we're very happy to lead that charge and lead that forward with the suite of innovative solutions that we've presented here today. So for us, it's about continuous innovation, more research. Like Monica mentioned with Farmcrowdy Trader, we're going to bring in more features that I believe will position the Nigerian digital agriculture space for a lot of value for everybody.
Thank you very much, Ifeanyi. So I'll take 3 more questions, and that'll be the end of Q&A. So I'll take the next question. Considering the literacy level among farmers, how do you get them to optimally use some of these platforms?
Okay, so for all the farms that we have what we call technical field specialists who are our staff and are trained to use these products. So they assist the farmers in using this technology. So like I said, like a demo, we have 2 apps, one for the TFS and one for the farmers. The TFS does the monitoring and everything and shows the farmer exactly what to do and how to use the apps.
Thank you very much, Christopher. Another question, this should be for Linda. Does Farmcrowdy Foods delivery cover all areas in Lagos State?
So yes, we before this time we had certain limitations, especially when it had to do with going to very remote areas across Lagos. But we just recently reworked our model to see that everywhere in Lagos is attended to. So please let's always call me and allow us to do them.
Okay, so this is a question for meant for one of our co-founders who is not seated here right now. So I'd call on Tokwe Motalani to answer this question. We can do better. We can actually do better. It's an amazing event. So Tokwe, for an individual who wants to invest into the agri business, what is your interest rate, percentage like, and what is the minimum amount to invest?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So to answer the question, the minimum you can invest is 20,000 naira, and in terms of the return, it depends on the project. So we don't have fixed returns. So if it may sound that coming up, these things are based on different durations and different needs affect what we promise in terms of returns. So what I would advise is that if you have that kind of visibility now, just send an email to us at info@crowdbusiness.com and state exactly what you want to do and attend to it based on what is available per time. So I would not want to promise a return here and then somebody comes on the platform and says that return is not there. So it's best when that individual is ready. Or you can just meet with me immediately after the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Tokwe. So that's the end of Q&A. I'd like to ask you guys to give these guys a wonderful round of applause. They've done an amazing job. Thank you very much. Thank you. So on this note, I'd call one of our co-founders, who's also the team lead for FC Insurance, to take the closing remark. Akindele Phillips.
Thank you very much. I would like to say a very, very big thank you to everyone who has created time to be with us. Thank you for making our time on a Saturday to be here. I would say a big thank you to all the business leaders, all my colleagues who have made today happen. We're celebrating 4 years today. We're very grateful to God for this. And we're looking forward to next year, by God's grace, this time next year, when by then we'll look back. And I trust that we'll be proud of how much we've been able to achieve over another 1 year. Thank you. It's been an honor being amongst distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for making our time. We appreciate you being here for us, and we hope we'll see you any other time and each time we call you. Have a good afternoon, and thank you.